This happened 4 years ago. I, my husband Anil, and our 4-year-old son Shantanu had gone to a village for the wedding of Anil's friend. It was the month of January, and the weather was extremely cold. The night was dark and deep, but the wedding guests didn't mind the cold. Everyone was dancing in joy. We were in the wedding hall, where thick quilts and blankets were arranged. One of Anil's friends, Vinod, and his wife were also with us. Everyone was busy chatting, and our son Shantanu was playing a little distance away from us. There was a strange story popular in the village. People said that a temple witch lived there, who would possess children and take their lives. But no one had ever seen her. This story was only limited to children. One evening, during a conversation with Anil's friend, it was mentioned that a child in the village had fallen ill due to some evil spirit. Despite the passing days, the child's condition worsened. No treatment by any healer or doctor worked. The child's grandmother cried day and night, and finally, a village exorcist was called. The exorcist said that the child's soul had been possessed by the witch, and his death was certain. This announcement shattered the child's grandmother. However, the exorcist said one last attempt could be made. He would go to the graveyard at midnight to try to stop the witch. The exorcist said that the child's soul had been possessed by the witch, and his death was certain. This announcement shattered the child's grandmother. However, the exorcist said one last attempt could be made. He would go to the graveyard at midnight to try to stop the witch. At the third hour of the night, the exorcist and some villagers gathered at the graveyard. It was pitch dark and eerily silent. Suddenly, a shadow emerged from the darkness and moved toward the child's grave. The exorcist and the villagers immediately ran toward it. The shadow took the form of a woman who pulled out a glass bottle and began digging the child's grave. But before the villagers could reach her, the shadow disappeared. The child was saved, but it is said that the witch was never seen again. A few days later, we returned home, but that night was still fresh in my mind. Shantanu remained frightened for a few days. One night, while I was trying to put him to sleep, he pointed toward the wall and said, "She has come to take me." I looked at the wall in panic, but there was nothing there. Shantanu clung to me, terrified. After that night, I realized that the village stories might not just be stories. Even today, when I remember that night, my hair stands on end.